Hello and welcome to Learn with Indrjeet. This is another video in the series of videos titled Building a To-Do Management System Application in Microsoft .NET 8. In the previous video, we have a close look at the features and functionalities that we are going to build in this application. In this video, we will be creating a database and a table for the to-do groups. Then in Visual Studio, we will be creating all the layers of the clean architecture and we'll do some cleanup. So let's get started. So here we are in SQL Server Management Studio. In the databases, let's create a new database and name it todo ms underscore db. That's fine. And in the todo msdb, let's create a table, new table for to-do groups. So the first column will be id, will be a int of not null. Then the group name and varchar, let's say 128, not null. And then created on will be a date time, not null. And this id column will be a primary key and also identity, right? Let's save the table by the name to-do groups. Okay, let's now move on to Visual Studio and create our solution and the projects. So file, new project. Ctrl+Shift+N is the shortcut for creating a new project. So first we'll create a blank solution. The solution name will be todo ms. Let's create it in the d:\root itself. Now let's add our first project, Ctrl+Shift+N, and let's add a class library. The name will be domain and add it to the existing solution, the todo ms solution. Next, it will be .NET 8.0 LTS, which is the latest framework from Microsoft. So our first project is now added to the solution. Again, let's repeat the same process for another class library project. Application project, add to solution, next, and create. So this is the application project. Again, a class library, next, the infrastructure, add to solution, next, and create. And then let's add a ASP.NET Core Web API project for the API that we are going to create. It will be the REST API and the API, add to solution, configure for HTTPS, that's fine. Enable Open API support will implement Swagger, and we want to use controllers instead of the minimal APIs. So let's create that. Now let's do some of the cleanup. So we'll remove the default classes that are given to us by the system, from the application, from the domain, from the infrastructure project. Let's delete those. Now in all of the projects, what we want to do is we want to comment out this line nullable enable because it makes the string data type nullable. So let's comment it out. The shortcut to comment a line is Control K C, so I'm using that like this and save all. Now let's set the reference of the projects according to clean architecture. So the domain is the innermost layer in the clean architecture and it is only referred by the application layer. So add the project reference in application to the domain like so. So it is added now, save. The application layer will be referred by the infrastructure layer. So add project reference to application, okay, like so. And the web API will refer to the infra. So add project reference to infrastructure, click OK, and now it is also done. So close all tabs. Now we want to set this web API as the startup project for this solution. So let's do that. So in the properties, we are selecting the multiple startup projects and bring web API to the top, and in the action we'll select start. So after some time we'll be adding a Razor Pages web app into this project, and then we will make that project also to start along with the web API, right? So as of now the web API will start. Now we want the web API to get started in the IIS Express. So to do that, let's just comment these as of now. So we are commenting the HTTP and HTTPS profiles so that the API may start in IIS Express. And let's have a look at the web API as is. So clicking on start will start the application with debugging, and it should show Swagger. Yes, it is bringing it up. Okay, fine. So here we are with the weather forecast controller. The get endpoint is there. If we click execute, it will show us the weather forecast. The response code is 200. Let's close that and do some more cleanup. So we don't want the weather forecast controller. Also, we don't want the app settings.development.json file, and we don't want the weather forecast.cs, also the web API.http. So let's remove these, right? Again, build and rebuild the solution. It should build cleanly. Okay, so we have, in this video we have implemented all the layers of the project. In the next video we will be visiting the domain layer to create the models and the repository and unit of work interfaces, right? I hope you like the content of this video. If that is so, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your time. Keep learning.